Good news for expats. No more forms required if you're living overseas for proof of life in particular. And going to get into the details. Something just took effect late August, end of August 2025. And I'm also going to touch on some Medicare supplement, Medicare Advantage plans a little later in the video, some possible changes there. But anyway, let's get into the details. There's a new way. You don't have to send that proof of life form, physically sign it and send it in. There's a way to do it, and let's get into the details here. All right, jumping over to the Social Security site, the POMS recent change, and there are many of these that come out. So effective dates 8 so August 27th, 2025. Identification number, this is what I looked up to get this form. GN 00201 TN38. And program related claims practices, all programs, program operations, manual systems. Anyway, a lot of this stuff doesn't mean very much to most of us. Effective date upon receipt. And let's get down here. A lot of information that is not, I don't think it's relevant to what we are talking about here. But anyway, some background. In 2020, in 2004, Social Security Administration adopted alternative signature methods to the traditional pen and ink or wet signature for domestic forms and application processes. We have since expanded the use of alternative signature methods to include several SSA foreign program forms. So that would mean expats, I believe, foreign program forms. And alternative signature methods policy. SSA has, which is Social Security Administration, has adopted several alternative signature methods as listed in GN 00201.015 signature proxy using the attestation process, where you will get more involved in that. You attest that certain things are true over the phone. Is the only type of alternative signature method currently used for foreign forms. To use attestation, the interviewer must read the penalty clause notice and confirm the individual's intent to submit the information and sign the document. Once complete, the interviewer attests to the fact that the individual agreed to the truthfulness of the information they provided and agreed to sign the form. Basically, what they're saying is the proof of life form that is sent out, I think has been sent out already this year and needs to be sent out in the next few months, needs to be returned to them in the next few months. You can now call, you might be able to call your Federal Benefits Department at the embassy nearest you. You might be able to do that. Not sure if they will answer an email. I've seen lots of comments on various places. Different, somebody said they were in Greece, and they emailed the Foreign Benefits Unit in Italy, which was their closest one for Social Security, because their payments had stopped being deposited into their account, and the person called them back almost immediately and took care of it. Other people commented that they tried to contact their nearest embassy and foreign benefits unit, and they did not get any reply. So it just depends upon what part of the world you're in, I guess. Foreign forms approved for alternative signature methods, meaning not having to sign it by pen and ink, but you attest to it. You make a phone call, SSA 21, claim supplement to claim of person outside the United States, SS 7161. And this is the one most of us, these next two are the ones we're most concerned about. Report to the United States Social Security Administration by person receiving benefits for a child or for an adult unable to handle funds. Most of us are in this SSA 6162, report to the United States Social Security Administration, proof of life. And anyway, employees authorized to use alternative methods for foreign forms. All Social Security Administration employees in the U.S. Social Security offices who take and input initial forms and post entitlement changes. If you're outside the United States, only the federal benefits units within foreign service posts, such as embassies and consulates, can fill out those, can do the attestations. Procedure for applying an alternative signature method. And here's some more additional information. Currently, signature proxy using the attestation process, meaning you call, make a phone call, they ask you questions, is the only alternative signature method used for foreign forms. Attestation is the action taken by the authorized employee to confirm the individual's intent to complete the form. Affirmation under penalty of perjury that the information provided is correct. Agreement to sign the form. Even though you're not signing the form, you're giving the verbal instruction that you are signing the form. And the interview instructions follow this procedure during the interview, where whoever you're talking to is taking the information. They need to verify the identity of you, the individual, according to relevant procedures for in-person or telephone interviewing. Inform the individual that SSA has an alternative method to collect a signature in lieu of pen and ink signature on the form, and that our annotation of their intent to provide the information, affirmation under penalty of perjury that the information provided is correct, agreement to sign the form in SSA records will constitute a valid legal signature. So your agreement on the phone, and then they read the following scripted language. During this interview, we will ask you questions that will be used to complete your insert name. At the end of the interview, we will ask you to confirm the truthfulness of your answers. Under penalty of perjury, we will record your response. You should be aware that you can be held liable, legally responsible for giving us false information. There again, confirm the individual's intent to complete the form using attestation. Complete the form by obtaining and recording the individual's response. At the end of the interview, read the following scripted language. You will receive a printed copy of the information being used to process your name to retain for your records. Do you understand that you must review all this information carefully and let us know right away if anything needs to be corrected or if any of the information changes? Do you understand that the information you have provided will be used to process your insert name? Do you declare under penalty of perjury that this information is true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Documentation requirements of the signature and submission. The individual must answer yes to all of the requirements above. Intent to provide information, truthfulness of it, and agreement to sign it under penalty of perjury in order to accept the form as a signed form. Individuals answering no to any of the requirements will need to submit the form with pen and ink signature. Annotate the form's signature field with the following: the individual's name and attested by your full name, office code, your office code. So anyway, you can take care of this on the phone now, if you so choose to do so. I've seen many people comments, and they've said they keep extra copies of these, and every year they send They fill out the form, sign it, and send it, mail it. Many people, you don't know if it's going to show up. Send it registered mail, and or a lot of people will use some of the much more expensive DHL, Federal Express, different things like that to mail it to make sure that it actually does arrive. Now, a couple other points. If your death occurs in the USA or its territories, the coroners, there are various people who will fill out forms and who will notify the government agencies, Social Security Administration, for instance, of your death. And then if you've received a payment after your death, that will be taken back out of your bank account. If you're living overseas, there may or may not be an agency. You know, if the local embassy or consulate was notified, they will file some kind of form. But if the foreign embassy or consulate was not notified, those checks would continue until such time as they were notified, and then whatever was paid into your account after your death, it would be removed from your account if it's there. 1-800 number, I found, calling an 800 number. I use Magic Jack, and I can call, I think, any place in the U.S., 800 numbers or other numbers, and I can talk for hours for free. I pay like $49 a month or something like that. Not a month. I pay like $49 a year for Magic Jack. It gives me a United States phone number, and I believe I can also call parts of Canada with that for totally free. But some people have a problem calling an 800 number. It will be charged to their foreign cell phone or phone, whatever. But the 800 number that you can call, one of the numbers that you can call, 800-772-1213. Or you can deal with your local Social Security office. If you have the number to your Social Security office in the States, you may be able to deal with them. Tell them, some of these people working for Social Security or the embassy may not, as this just came into effect, may not have heard about this. So tell them you want to do it on the phone. Take the person's name, location, time that you did it, that you did the attestation on the phone. If you have to tell them what the new policy is, it's GN. I'll put this information in the description of the video. GN 00201 TN38. And if for some reason that doesn't get processed properly, call that number and tell them that you did it. You did an attestation on the phone, and ask them to immediately unsuspend your benefits. Anybody that, my understanding is people that take these calls and are qualified to handle issues, they can unsuspend your benefits, and within a couple of weeks you should have the money showing back up into your account. Now, a couple other things. Medicare Advantage plans. My understanding that many of the companies with Medicare Advantage, there's a couple different things you can get under Medicare in the USA. You can get what's called Medicare supplements, and they are preferred by many, and Medicare supplement. And there's many options there, and there's what's called Medicare Advantage plans by private companies. And my understanding is that a lot of the Medicare Advantage companies are going to be dropping their plans, so that you may have to either find a different Medicare Advantage plan or switch over, and you have a number of months to do that. I think starting in October, I believe you can start. Don't hold me to that. I think you have got a couple months, 2-3 months to change your plan. But anyway, find a new plan or switch over from a Medicare Advantage plan to a supplement plan, or if you're on supplement plan, to switch over to an Advantage plan. But with what I've read, many of the Medicare Advantage companies either changing their plans or dropping out of the system. One nice thing is if you are being canceled by a Medicare Advantage plan, my understanding is that you're uh, guaranteed to be enlisted in a medical supplement plan without any health underwriting. So you're not going to have. They're just going to accept you as is with all your pre-existing conditions and such. That you are not going to have to go through the medical thing and have pre-existing conditions blocked for a time, that type of thing. So anyway, more news on that will be coming out in coming months, I'm sure. And yeah, there's lots of Medicare.gov, Medicare Advantage, and other health plans. If you want to read up on that, Forbes has U.S. News Health, lots of different Medicare.org, and a bunch of other private companies. Humana, which is a hospital healthcare company, comparing their plans, Medicare, lots of information online. But one thing to be careful of online is you can get a lot of outdated information. So you need to find out, if it's 2020 or 2022 or 2025.
This will certainly make it easier for many people who are going through that, having to mail the thing in from overseas, hoping that it arrives on time, and or a lot of people don't even receive it. They haven't updated their address overseas, or it just gets lost in the mail. And so this is a step in the right direction. The easiest thing, hopefully we're moving towards that, is that you'll be able to do it with your online Social Security account online. And that would be even more easy than making the phone call to somebody. It would free them up from not taking phone calls and make it much easier to you. You should check your Social Security account online at least a couple times a year anyway, see what's new, any notices, and yeah, going forward. Anyway, that's the situation with Social Security in the U.S., Medicare, and those types of things, as far as I know. And I've heard in the last year I have been on the Social Security my account several times, and in fact a lot more than I wanted to be, because a lot of times I would try to get online certain hours of the day, and it would be in the middle of the night over there, and it'd say system under maintenance, try again later. And boy, that happened to me many, many, many times, and I'd have to come in at a different time when it was daytime there and nighttime here in order to get online. Now, my understanding is that they have upgraded that system substantially, and that if it's not already, the goal is to very shortly be 24/7, that system to be up so you can get on your accounts. And boy, that will be a big improvement. That was rather frustrating, trying to get online times that were convenient to me, and to be blocked. The system is down. We're under maintenance. And so much of some of the government is just still using such outdated computer systems, maybe from the, I don't know, I read one 70s, 80s, 90s, and just have never updated their systems. So, anyway, looking forward to your comments, and we'll see you all in the next video.